first thing that you're going to do is just state your full name, your age, and then something that you're excited about today.
So hi everyone, my name is Valeria Aceves. I'm 18 years old and I'm excited about meeting with my friends on Monday just because we've all been at college and so reuniting with them is like something I've been looking forward to lately.
Fun. Okay, so where do you go to college?
I go to Stanford University. Yeah, I'm a freshman there and I'm a pre-med student and right now I'm like between majors. It's either bioengineering or biomedical computation, but I'm not exactly sure like which one I want to focus on yet. I'll figure it out eventually. But
You're a genius. That's what I think.
thank you.
Okay. Um, uh, okay, perfect. So I'm just gonna ask you like a question just to make you a little more comfortable. What do you feel like is an activity? So you obviously go to a really rigorous school. What do you feel like is an activity that you really enjoy doing outside of your academics?
Yeah. So I think something that a lot of my friends and I like to do, we call it walk and talks. So something that we like to do to kind of, I guess, like give ourselves space to kind of relax is generally, so there's like a few gardens out there on campus. And so the campus is pretty big, so we have to like bike to the gardens. But then, like at the gardens, we'll give ourselves like 30 minutes to kind of just like walk around and like I guess be in nature and then just talk and like reflect on like the week and how we're feeling. And it's just really nice, 'cause it's like I get to I guess like socialize with my friends, which sometimes can be hard when it's like super hectic on campus. But then it's also really nice because it's like a nice space to like chill and like debrief about my life and like how I'm feeling. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Perfect. Um, okay, so what do you feel like is an accomplishment, personal project, extracurricular activity that you're really proud of working on, and why is it so important to you?
Yeah. So recently, I'm part of a leadership team called California Youth versus Big Oil, and that's kind of just like environmental activism. And we're trying to like focus on California really becoming like focusing on a more like green future. And I've been pretty like proud of it just because I've been with like this organization since my like sophomore year of high school, so I feel like I've kind of grown with it. Um, and it's like really exciting just because we're kind of right now we're kind of working on like revamping it in a way and making sure that our like messaging and like what we're doing like for youth is like more effective. And I'm just like looking forward to like yeah being part of the leadership team and kind of helping like build youth like the youth that I once was. I'm still young, like I'm 18, but like compared, I'm excited to help like build up like people in like high schoolers to be like leaders and like help in terms of like community organizing and like things like that.
Yeah.
So
That's great. No, that's super super cool. So do you feel like that's like kind of like meshes with your major?
yes, I really like bioengineering just because I'm like interested in a lot of different things, and it's like I think the a lot of like those main things would be like medicine, and then the environment, and then technology. And
Yeah.
I feel like bioengineering is just like one of the ways where I could do all of that because I could definitely get a career in like helping like build like I guess like in terms of building like if like energy like converters and like things like that for like the environment, but then it's like I could also turn it to like cells and like cell engineering for like medicine.
Yeah.
And obviously engineering is just technology as a whole, and so yeah it's really cool. And yeah, I feel like my first like quarter at school so far I've still been getting like settled, but like I'm seeing a lot of the different ways I could branch out and it's like really exciting.
Yeah. No, perfect. Okay, so it's clear that you really like to learn and you love education. Do you feel like there in your own definition, how would you define education?
Yeah. So, okay, that's a really good question, and I think kind of hard to like hit at. But to me, like, I come from like a first gen like low income background, and so I feel like education for a lot of students like me is kind of seen as like security in a way. Um, so it's like for me, security, it's like education as opposed to just like security and kind of like an opportunity. You get what I mean? Where it's like, it's kind of a place for me to like be able to like build myself up and like my future up, and also like help build like my family's future up, which like means a lot. I think education like as a whole, like as you said, like I also just really like to learn. So I think it's just a way, it's a really cool way to kind of like build your knowledge and build like your wisdom, get like a bunch of different perspectives, and it's just overall like just really interesting and like really fun. So yeah, to me education is just like an opportunity to grow, but then also just like an opportunity to kind of like, I guess, have fun, because it's like you get to like study your interests and what you're passionate about, so it's like you grow in like, I guess, personal aspects and also like academically, which is really cool.
Yeah, yeah. Do you feel like there's a topic or like a skill that should be taught in like schools that isn't?
Yeah, I would probably say all the financial like literacy stuff should definitely be taught in schools, because now that I'm like out like being an adult, it's like I've been learning all about like credit cards and like taxes and everything, and it's a lot. I'm like, whoa. So I definitely think learning how to budget was a skill that I definitely had to like,
Yeah.
I'm still learning how to do it, and I think that's a very important like topic for people to learn. And then credit cards in general, they're like super complex, and like credit card benefits and like all of that stuff. And so I think it would be helpful for like high schoolers to be taught what exactly financial like literacy is,
Yeah.
and like help them budget and learn like how to choose like what decisions are best for them.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah.
No, I'm 24 and I'm still learning every day. It's just, ugh.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel like there's a social issue or like a cause that you're really passionate about, and why is it important to you?
Yeah. So I'm very passionate about, I feel like, two causes, and I think one of them would be like healthcare equity. Just because, yeah, in my community, from what I've seen, like a lot of, due to like documentation status, a lot of people like don't have access to like proper healthcare. Or like on the other side, even if like people are documented but they're like immigrants, a lot of people have trouble like trusting their healthcare providers, and it just leads to like, I guess, an overall like depleted like quality of care, just because there's that lack of trust and like lack of communication. So like both sides don't really know what's going on. And I feel like being able to provide people kind of a relationship with their healthcare providers, and like allowing them to kind of build that trust, would allow them to have like, I guess, their own like autonomy in a way in their treatment. And I think that's just something that everyone deserves like to have. And so yeah, that's one issue that I really care about. And then another one would be environmentalism. I just think that like, I don't know, there it's very important for me that like the earth is like protected, and that like, I guess, we make an efforts to like stay green, just because, I mean, there's like, at the end of the day, humans aren't like the only people on this earth. Like there's all the plants, there's all the other like species and animals, and they're all just like, I guess, beautiful things that are all living, and also just like sharing the world, and like also living like the crazy hecticness of like life. And it's like something that we all deserve to like share and protect. So yeah.
Perfect answer. Okay. What do you feel like is a challenge that you've had to go through, and how do you feel like it shaped you to who I'm speaking to today?
Yeah. So I've mentioned before, but like being like first gen low income, I guess one of the like recent challenges I've had related to that is probably just like Stanford, like switching from my high school curriculum to like Stanford, just because like, I guess like that like rigor is definitely very like different. Obviously like at Stanford, the student population, like not everyone shares the same background as me. So like some people come from like private schools, other people come from like cities with like better education systems and all of that. And so like, but to be fair, like Stanford is just like a hard school in general, so everyone struggles like switching into that. But it was like switching, I guess like switching in terms of rigor for me was like very difficult. And in one of my classes, chemistry, oh my goodness, like it was very, very hard for me. And I feel like growing up, I was like taught like even if you don't have much, like with hard work, like everything will be able to pay off, right? And so like for me, chemistry, it was super hard and difficult because I was like working very, very hard to like I studied all the time. I did study groups. I went to office hours. I did everything that you're supposed to do. And I still didn't get like that A in the class. I got a B, which is completely okay. But like I used to like Stanford students like and like to a lot of like people who are like hard on themselves, that's like a big deal. But basically I think it was one of the first times in my life where it was just like the hard work that I put in didn't exactly like pay off, and like that was like a hard pill to swallow, but I think it like taught me a lot of kind of like the gracefulness and kind of like kindness that you need to like give yourself, because it's like at the end, like it was my first quarter at Stanford. Obviously it's not gonna go like perfectly,
Right.
and then I also think like I should just be proud that I like put hard work in general and like did my best. And at the end of the day, like that's all you can do. So yeah, I learned a lot about like I guess being okay with like the effort that you put in and the results that come out of it, as long as like you do your best, which I know I did. And then I also just learned a lot about like letting go of things that you cannot control. Because why stress out over something that like already happened? It is what it is. So yeah.
Beautiful answer.
Thank you.
That was kind of like my last question that I had like formally written, but is there something that you want to share?
Um, I guess, yeah, I think for me, something I want to share, I feel like right now, a lot of like my underclassmen friends, like everyone in high school and stuff, like it's college application season. And so I feel like a lot of people have been stressing out just because it's like a big deal, which I get. But like for me, college applications were like very stressful too, just because initially I got like deferred early action through a lot of these like big prestigious schools, but then like later on, I got accepted into like great schools. So I think I want to tell like high schoolers to kind of trust the process and to kind of trust that like they'll end up where they're meant to be, and to again like be proud of the hard work that they put in. So yeah.
Hey YouTube! If you enjoyed this person's story, don't forget to subscribe below to hear more from our inspiring youth. If you want to apply for our Storyteller Scholarship or get more involved in our organization, click the link below to apply. Thanks for watching!